Now, the World Bank estimates that the majority of Afghan businesswomen earn well above the national average. And as more women are encouraged to enter the workforce, they could play a key role in rebuilding the country's economy, if they're given the support they need. Now, CCTV spoke with the head of a non-profit in New York who's been helping Afghan women integrate into larger society in Afghanistan and in the United States.
My name is Naheed Bahram, and I'm the program director, the New York program director at Women for Afghan Women. We are working in Afghanistan in 10 different provinces. We are one of the leading non-profit organizations in the country, one of the leading human rights service provider in the country. We are providing shelters, family guidance centers, and children support centers. We served more than 10,000 women in Afghanistan. We also reached to about thousands of families in United States. Afghans in New York are more conservative. That means that not many of these women were allowed to go to school back in Afghanistan. They are from low-income families. At the end of the day, I realized that no matter where you grow up, education is the most important thing. A woman is the most important person in a family if you see it. A mother can lead the whole family. I think Afghanistan needs that mother. And I know that maybe this is not the right time. We do not have any candidates who is a woman, but we are positive we will have it soon. It's a very important time for Afghanistan this year, especially with the new president, with the withdrawal of the troops, which is the most important thing. We should be patient with Afghanistan. It has been in the war for more than 3 decades now. 1 decade is not enough to be back on its feet. So I would request everybody to keep their supporting of the people of Afghanistan, and we shouldn't forget Afghanistan once the troops are out of the country. Hopefully I will be able to go back to Afghanistan and work there.
Rochelle, I want to ask you, the U.S. troops are leaving the country. What's going to happen to the businesswomen in Afghanistan?
Well, it's a mix of cautious optimism and uncertainty, but still a hurdle Afghan businesswomen are bracing for. When a group of female entrepreneurs met with Secretary of State John Kerry last year, one woman said 1/3 of her entire budget for her business was spent on security. Now, it's still too early to tell how much higher those expenses could go. Phil?
All right. The elections, we talked about this earlier, they don't have an outcome yet. But the big question is, how is that going to affect women's rights, the women in general, and also the entrepreneurism and opportunities that they're going to have after the elections are over?
Well, it does depend on the candidate. Now, candidates who view women as valued contributors to the economy, well, they could provide government programs for women and incentives for companies to hire and promote women. It's actually younger generations of Afghan women who are the most economically active. But if a very conservative candidate is elected, there is a chance the strides made in the last decade to give women more freedom could be reversed. Phil?
Rochelle Akufo, I know you put a lot of time into this excellent work, and thank you on a very important topic.